Hey folks, Greg from Greg's Country Cabin Outdoors. I'm here to show you a little trinket that I made. Made a few of them for friends of mine. Thought maybe I could make a few to sell, but it's not working out the way I wanted to. So I'm going to make a DIY video out of it and show you how to make your own pencil cup. It's something that you can set on your desk at work. Doesn't have to be an O'Doul's. It could be Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It could be Sprite. It could be Schweppes Ginger Ale. It could be Coca-Cola. The choice is entirely up to you. Any average 12-ounce can will work. And when I say average, I mean Coors cans won't work. They're too tall and narrow. Because what we're going to use is a soup can. And I've got two different kinds. I've got Clover Valley and I've got Campbell's. Now, there's a difference between these two cans. It's right here at the base. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that base comes in and then back out again right there at the label. This one, Clover Valley, the base comes up, out a little bit, and then flares back in, so that you can stack these cans in the grocery store or wherever. They'll stack together and they won't fall, they won't tip over. At any rate, I'm not going to use the Clover Valley one because I found that the Campbell soup can works better. So get the label off of this one and I'll show you what happens next. Okay, got the label off. There's a little bit of glue. That's no big deal. We can deal with that. Some glues are extremely sticky and you want to make sure that comes off, because when you try to slide these two cans together, that glue gets in the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a hole in the bottom. Now I've already started the hole in the bottom of this one. I've got a pair of tin snips and I'm going to cut that hole out. And I'm cutting the whole bottom out of the can. And in a minute you're going to see what I meant about that little ridge, because I'm going to show you where I'm going to cut this can to eliminate that little ridge. See here, I've got most of the bottom cut out now, and I need to cut up to this ridge right here. Okay? I don't want to cut above it, I just want to cut to it. Now, one thing you want to be careful of when you're cutting tin cans like this is make sure that you do a clean cut. Keep those snips tight against that metal, because if you don't, you're going to end up with burrs. And if you've ever got stabbed by one of these burrs, you'll understand that it is vitally important to make sure that you don't leave any. They hurt. I mean, they hurt. It's like getting snagged by a fish hook. And they tear the skin up pretty good when they come back out too, usually. So now I've got this cut off and I've just barely left a little bit of a angle on the edge of that can. Okay, so that part's finished. Now we take your soda can and we cut the rim off of it. Very simple, just all the way around it with a tin snips, no big deal. Because what's going to happen next is we're going to cut the taper off of the top of this can. And I don't like to use tin snips for that, because aluminum is a lot easier to leave jagged edges on. So I use my trusty Coleman scissors. Okay, I'm going to come right to this edge right here. Okay, so get these in my hands the way I want them and start trimming it out. Okay, now I've got a nice clean cut across the top of that can. What happens next, the soup can goes inside the Coca-Cola can. And this is extremely snug. Okay, sometimes it helps to have a little sliver of aluminum from the leftover top that you cut off, and slide that up there. I don't know if any of you have ever used a shoehorn, but this is the same principle as using a shoehorn to put your shoe on. The only difference is this is a really snug fit, and it is never without its challenges. So let's make myself a little piece of aluminum here to create our shoehorn. What I'm doing is I'm going to take this piece of aluminum, slide it on there, and work that can down as I go. It doesn't always go easily. Sometimes you got to go back and retrim the can, the Coca-Cola can. Sometimes you can just make it work, and sometimes you can take another can and flare that to make sure that it will slide over the top of that soup can. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. Okay, we've got it started. Now we just slide these two together. And just like that, you have a pencil cup. This has a pull tab top, so it has a sharp edge on the inside. I don't have my safety can opener, so I'll take this home with me when I go home, and I'll use the safety can opener to take this ring out of here and make that safe. These cans already have that because you cut it out with a regular can opener, but I didn't want to weaken the top of this can so that I could slide it all together, so I left it in there until I'm finished with the project. At any rate, one Coca-Cola pencil cup. And here we have a Miller High Life pencil cup that's in use. I keep this one at my cabin at all times. So I hope you enjoyed this little DIY project. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see what happens next. I think I may show how to make my redneck tea lights. So, okay, have a great one. This is Greg from Greg's Country Cabin Outdoors. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to tell all your friends. Thanks for watching.